At 1-800-Flowers.com, we know that connections are at the heart of being human. Whether celebrating life's joys or comforting during tough times, 1-800-Flowers helps you express what words can't. For nearly 50 years, millions have trusted 1-800-Flowers to deliver thoughtful gifts that help create lasting bonds. Because it's more than just a gift. It's your way of showing you care. Visit 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST and connect today. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST.
On today's Smart 7, UK Supreme Court rules on Equality Act, Subpostmasters threaten legal action and much more. It's Thursday 17th of April, it's Haiku Day, and happy birthday Victoria Beckham.
The Smart 7, it's news but not the news.
Judges at the UK Supreme Court unanimously ruled on Wednesday that a woman is defined by biological sex under the UK's 2010 Equality Act. Lord Patrick Hodge, the presiding judge, was clear in his ruling that the definition was a specific and limited case after a years-long legal wrangle over the meaning in the 2010 Act.
The unanimous decision is that the terms woman and sex in the Equality Act refer to a biological woman and biological sex. But we counsel against reading this judgment as a triumph of one or more groups in our society. It is not.
His call for restraint over the judgment appears to have gone largely unheard, and he was also clear that the Equality Act continues to give transgender people protection against discrimination. The reaction from campaign groups such as For Women Scotland, who brought the case, was one of celebration, and author J.K. Rowling praised them for taking action to protect the rights of women and girls. The ruling has been met with dismay by trans rights groups, who fear it will lead to real misery for an already marginalised group, as campaigner Heather Herbert explains.
Trans people are very scared about what's going on. We can see how things have progressed in America. We can see how the attacks on trans people have left people. It's frightening.
Subpostmasters involved in the Horizon IT scandal at the post office have been urged to take the government to court as frustration grows over delays in compensation payments. Sir Alan Bates, the man whose story reignited the public interest in the scandal, sent an email to members of the Justice for Subpostmasters Alliance, urging members to push for a judicial review. The aim is to get a clear legal opinion on the compensation they're due, and former Subpostmaster Chris Head says the situation is extremely frustrating.
We were failed originally, by the post office, and now we're being failed again by the government. That the promises have been made over and over again, and then when the offers drop on the door, they're for derisory amounts.
Lib Dem leader and former Post Office Minister Ed Davey weighed in on the matter too and gave his backing for the idea of formal judicial review.
Governments have failed to provide the compensation, the right amounts and quickly enough. So I can absolutely understand why Sir Alan Bates and other sub-postmasters are sick to the death of the promises. I think they're right to want to take the government to court.
The World Trade Organization warned on Wednesday that the Trump tariffs are set to send the global economy into reverse this year. They revised their projection for international trade growth in 2025 from 2.7% to a negative 0.2% and say that the outlook for global trade has declined sharply. They're particularly concerned about the escalating tariff war between the US and China, which has essentially decoupled two of the world's major economies, which could have far-reaching consequences. China reported GDP growth of 5.4% in Q1 and appointed a new trade envoy on Wednesday. And Victor Gao, a Chinese diplomat and economist, told the BBC that there's no risk of the tariff war turning to an actual war.
Everyone in the world should be assured of the inevitability of peace between China and the United States because both countries are armed to the teeth. So if Washington wants to launch a war against China, they are talking about they themselves being bombed out.
There was more bad news about England's waterways on Wednesday. A report based on Environment Agency data showed that the number of pollution incidents recorded by water companies is at a 10-year high. Surfers Against Sewage submitted a Freedom of Information request which accessed data showing that there's been a 31% increase of leaks since 2016 and that almost 2,500 incidents were recorded last year. Water UK says that its members are investing £12 billion to reduce spills by the end of the decade, but campaigners, including Fergal Sharkey, say it's just not enough. Roads Minister Lillian Greenwood told Good Morning Britain that the government is working to change things.
People should be able to go and enjoy the beach or bathing in local rivers and lakes. And we are determined to act on this. We've already passed that landmark legislation, but if more work is needed, then we'll continue to pursue it.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, in association with Metro, Arsenal stun European champions and Quinta Brunson accidentally goes TikTok viral. Right after this.
Hey, you know what would make your customer service help desk way better? Dumping it and then switching to Intercom. But you're not quite ready to make that change. We get it. That's why Finn, the world's leading AI customer service agent, is now available on every help desk. Finn can instantly resolve up to 80% of your tickets, which makes your customers happier and gets you off the customer service rep hiring treadmill. Finn by Intercom, the leading customer service AI agent, now available on every help desk.
Welcome back. Wednesday saw Arsenal heading to Spain to face current champions of Europe Real Madrid in the second leg of their Champions League quarter-final. Arsenal had a 3-0 lead from the first leg, thanks in part to 2 dramatic free kicks from Declan Rice at the Emirates. Even a 3-goal lead didn't feel like enough, and an early missed penalty from Bukayo Saka set Arsenal nerves jangling, but they were determined to win, and the game finished 2-1 to Mikel Arteta's side. That puts them through 5-1 on aggregate, and they face PSG in the semi-final, much to Arteta's delight.
One of the best nights in my football career for sure, and a really special one. I mean, we played against the team with the biggest history. To win the tie in the manner that we've done it, I think we have to be very proud of ourselves.
Quinta Brunson is what's known as a quadruple threat in Hollywood circles. She's an actress, comedian, writer and producer, and the woman behind US hit Abbott Elementary. She's already in the record books as the first black woman to win an Emmy as Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy for over 40 years, but she's also famous for something else. The season 4 finale of Abbott Elementary dropped on Wednesday, but Quinta has gone viral for an AI cat meme she demonstrated on Amy Poehler's podcast. It's on TikTok and you'll need to search HSIN cat, but don't blame us, blame Quinta.
I am so sorry. I never meant for that to happen. And to everybody on TikTok, I'm really sorry about that. I didn't think that would happen. That was not my intent. I don't even want to promote AI. I was just talking, and I'm sorry about that cat. I don't support him. I just was talking about a truth in my life.
Nobody loves a divorce, but a divorce movie is a different story. There's a new one on the way, which is actually a reboot of a 1989 dark comedy, which starred Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner, along with Danny DeVito, who also directed it. That was called War of the Roses, but the 2025 reboot is just called The Roses, and it stars Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman as the couple at the end of their tethers. It's an unlikely pairing, but they're pretty convincing as arch-enemies alongside Nchuti Gatwa, Alison Janney, Andy Samberg and Kate McKinnon. It's due to hit cinemas at the end of August.
We are done.
I say when we're done.
I just want the house. I built it.
Oh, you're not having the house.
We want everything. And he walks out of here with his face still attached. Right, Bruno?
Wow. You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
At 1-800-Flowers.com, we know that connections are at the heart of being human. Whether celebrating life's joys or comforting during tough times, 1-800-Flowers helps you express what words can't. For nearly 50 years, millions have trusted 1-800-Flowers to deliver thoughtful gifts that help create lasting bonds. Because it's more than just a gift. It's your way of showing you care. Visit 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST and connect today. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/ACAST.